All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your watch list coming into September 25th, and another black swan has hit. So if you don't know what a black swan is, that is an unexpected, unforeseeable moment that is going to cause turmoil or financial confusion, and that is what we saw today with the markets. Today was a very crazy day. We had a great 11 at 11, and the market was down, and it kind of accelerated slow. People didn't know what was happening, and putting two and two together after market, I was able to see it then as things developed there. The issue is the Trump impeachment. There is a formal impeachment starting on President Trump, and this is crazy. Now, I'm not going to get into the politics of it, whether you are left or right. I think both people on the right side will say, what's the point of this? But at the same time, there's even people on the left like Tulsi Gabbard saying this is very divisive. And I agree 100%. That's not what we're here to talk about. This is a black swan in the markets because this relates to something in the history I'm going to show you. But this is what is causing this movement we're seeing in here, and it could lead to a lot of crazy stuff. I will even go as far to say this is what is causing this liquidity issue. We even saw turmoil in Bitcoin and all the altcoins and all that stuff today. And honestly, I hope you guys are locked and loaded and keep your eyes open and be ready to go. This is going to create a series of unfortunate and fortunate events depending on how you're positioned and really where your headspace in this. So I encourage you guys to look at how to profit this and save your energy for that rather than anything else, really. But I got your keys for tomorrow. We're going to cover that. We're going to cover the plays we made, and we're going to cover what to look at. So you guys know what you need to do. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're there in the morning. We're going to cover this pre-market. We're going to be trading live all day tomorrow. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. I will see you in the morning. And the most important thing you need to do, post your watch list below. Let us know what you're watching. Let's source that information, and let's go, baby. We need the squad. The whole world could be divided, but we got the coat, baby. So let's go. But let's get into this. I truly believe this Trump impeachment. Oh, here's the Robin Hood. This Trump impeachment is a black swan. This was not expected, and I'm even going to show you guys, but this week and this month is about to get wild. You can mark this day if you'd like. You could come back here tomorrow. You could come back here in a week, come back in a month. You're wrong. You're right. But watch what happens from here on out. I think this is a historical event. This is having to do with policy, the potential implications. But now watch how this affects investors and even investor confidence. We even had consumer confidence, and we said that could have been a reason why the markets dropped today, why the market was going down with some of the European stuff. But man, if this will affect confidence, it will. And I'm going to show you guys some history, but it's going to get wild. The Trump impeachment will be awful for the markets. And I'm even thinking, I'm going to go as far to say this is explaining the liquidity collapse in the repo rates. And I even think now the lack of liquidity we've seen institutions get into Bitcoin. We've been seeing all this stuff with oil. I think all of this relates back to this. I know it's kind of crazy. I'll even show you guys, but look at when they started talking repo rates. It was about, 5-6 days ago? You could go to predict it, and you guys could see other stuff, but people are putting their money where their mouth is. It's kind of like options to a degree. Here are the impeachment odds, but what's going on here? Literally, ever since the liquidity issues, you've been seeing impeachment rates go up and the odds of Trump getting impeached. I think this is an issue. The next thing I want to search, you guys can search stock market Mueller 2018. I said this last time because around October, November, when that was the crazy part because the trade war came back. I don't know, and I don't know if he's juggling this on purpose. The minute the market got over, it was around, I think, October, November. The minute the market got over Mueller, then we saw the trade war stuff. But take a look, January and February. January, we saw big drops, and it started happening from later November, but early in January 2018, then coming into March and April. All of this, there was indicators coming out related to Mueller. And again, isn't it funny? The Mueller report came out and nothing happened, but this had to do with what it was causing with investors and the lack of certainty in politics. This is divisive. Think Brexit. People don't like Brexit because it's like, wait, what's going to happen? We can't decide. Again, imagine policy. Imagine if everybody tried to impeach this guy, and then you have the presidential election. Again, some people could say this is a power play by Trump. If this fails on one side, this could pretty much secure it in the bag for him on the election. Or maybe they're going to use this to bring the market down. Again, you could view it in many ways, and this is the point why I'm bringing up all these scenarios, is that it doesn't matter. It's uncertainty. That is volatility at its finest. So watch out here, but again, if you look this stuff up, you'll see these are some of the articles that we pulled up here, but literally, this is from February 27, Meet the Mueller Risk Index, Wall Street's newest fear gauge, where it says hedge funds and sophisticated investors are adept at analyzing latest economic and financial trends, earnings, unemployment, bond yields. But how do you model for indictments that move markets? There's that. Wall Street would freak out if Trump fired Mueller. Again, February, March 2018. You could even see March 20th. You're seeing the big drops in how the market reacted to stuff. February 20th, again, and leading even to February 28th into March. These were issues, and really all throughout here up until and this whole fiasco created this weird volatility and melt up because people were concerned about that until it really rested in the later in the year, and then people, they said, okay, the Mueller thing's not going to really have that big of a deal. So again, this is what explains what happened today. You saw the stock market drop a bunch, kind of out of nowhere, and this is a 0.5% decent. I mean, it could have been worse, but the key was it was dropping really out of nowhere, and this is almost a very, very vertical. Here's the last few days. This was a bigger downturn move than the China thing, the Fed meeting, and anything else we've seen, even the gap up moves that we've seen from when we had positive trade news. So keep that in mind. But now we even broke the gap up from trade news. We broke that other low. It broke from there. We're below the Fed meeting. Now we're below all that stuff. And literally, we've gave up all the gains from there. So this is going to be crucial, and this is going to set stuff. And that's another key to watch out for. As I've said here, if we stay below this level where we're at and below these levels from the trade, watch out for either a wider range of up and down volatility, or if this does get mad and we start to see uncertainty, watch for lower lows. So we'll talk here about strategy, but all in all though, again, I think this is going to cause this is why I'm saying there's a lack of liquidity, and it makes a lot of sense now. People don't know how to account for this. The last time we did see an impeachment, I think I was 4 years old, so don't quote me on this, but I believe the markets dropped around 20% in that time frame. So don't take my word for it. Again, I'm even trying to see. It's hard. It's crazy. Even going back, I was trying to even get custom charts here, even taking you 20 years back on the S&P. We can't go there, pulling up historical charts, but you're seeing here's 1998 when Clinton got impeached. It was initiated October 8th, 1998. So we're just a few days off from that. And you can see the market in September, October leading up to that, it wasn't good, and then they actually impeached him December, and then we saw what happened, everything else that carried on from there. But again, this is going to be important. I really believe so. And what I have past examples of, the market's kind of operating in a weird similar place, and it reminds me a lot of the fears we initially saw creep in from that February of 2018 all the way to down to what we saw here in coming around March, even January 18 all the way to March 2018, and everything with the Mueller. So keep that in mind. That is the black swan. That is what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day now, go small, utilize spreads, scale in and out of these moves. Do not get too jumpy, my friends. At the end of the day, this could be news. This could have effect. We may see things play out. We may not. But guess what? You're not that smart. Guess what? Neither am I. We all listen too fast, and it's very easy to listen too fast, to get ahead of ourselves, have this motivation to make money, play the downside. Even your egos, people I want to be right. Let me sell the bears. Let me sell the bulls. Yeah, let me sell all the people who doubted me. Yeah, I made so much money. I'm the bear in apocalypse. Not going to be apocalypse at 10-4, blah, blah, blah. The key is to win no matter what. I want you guys to position yourself where you're both protected and able to profit on both sides, regardless of how it happens or what happens or even how it plays out. So keep all that in mind. I'm excited. This is history. We're going to see what happens from here. Really, hopefully you guys are ready. And again, today was crazy. We have a bunch of things there. But let us get into the plays. As far as the plays for today, I made only one play. I did a BA Iron Condor. I believe here, this is why I kept having the Robinhood up, and we sold it for like $160. Yeah, $165. Now it's worth $185. So that's the crazy part. You could sell this same play as me and collect more credit. But I sold a 372, 382.50. Well, here you go. You can see the plays here. So I sold it, and if you're not familiar with the Iron Condor, we talked about this. This is just selling two credit spreads, and I'm pretty much thinking that BA is going to end up in a corner, and now at the end of the day, I didn't realize it till after the play. At least we have those BA Octobers, so I might hold this Iron Condor, but I might even use some of that credit to even play some outside plays beyond that if we do start to get that volatility. But that's the only play we made today. Everything else we were holding. Those Shopify spreads went up, so if you guys saw Shopify, that was crazy. I'm surprised that this one went up as much as it did, but Shopify's in a great place. We still have another week on there, so if this turns out a little bit worse here tomorrow, we're going to see some other moves. The AXP, we were up 50% on this in the morning. I didn't take the profits. Literally, I could have took it and made 20 of the 40 bucks. Then it somehow came back up. So that one was all over the place. We're going to see that. The McDonald's was up and they came down. It was pretty crazy. But one thing I saw, UVXY, and we're going to talk about that. This spread was down for a very long time, and it literally just came up out of nowhere. So for it to do that, I'm a little bit suspicious of that, and I think it's saying something. But watch BA, and then at the same time, watch some of the plays that were up today. Johnson & Johnson was doing better than it came down, but specifically Hershey's. Hershey's is up 2%. It was up even like 3 or 4 at one point, but you can see it's doing good. And if now the market really does rotate to some of these hardcore values, there is going to be winners and losers at this moment, and we've seen some of them. Some of these are going to be great for spreads. That's why I'm saying learn how to utilize the spreads and take advantage of this market where you could both, again, if it does get volatile, you could take YOLO plays, and then once you cut profits, you could sell premium if it gets too again, there's so many opportunities here. I hope you guys are ready. Either way, watch Hershey's. I like that one. Watch Boeing. Again, Shopify, if Shopify continues to go down, it did hit a low here. It's pretty much in no man's land. If this is that last level of support, it's starting to look like it could do the Roku dance. So I kind of like the time we have on it. However, I do want to exit out of that spread soon because it did go up a lot. At one point, it was worth like $100. We spent $30 on it yesterday. So keep watching that. Watch Roku. If Roku keeps doing the dance, it did clip 99. I said if it breaks to like 99, 97, I'm going to sell a put credit spread. I think we'll get support there, but watch again. Like if we see any rotations, that's what I brought up yesterday with McDonald's. McDonald's bounced up. It did give back later in the day, so watch that. And then Home Depot, I'm going to be looking at this one tomorrow. They shot up a lot. I didn't think it'd come down here, but if it does keep coming, I want to see what sort of trend it makes. But this is probably going to be my weekly premium sell. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to profit off of by Friday. So I like it. It has good premiums. And again, Walmart or Home Depot is still somewhat holding up. As far as more plays to watch tomorrow, watch Apple. I really like Apple because now again, I don't want to get too bearish on it, but they're at that all-time high. Every time they hit this high, it seems like something happens if there's not enough momentum, even though it's been holding up. This reminds me kind of like October, and last time it was around these levels, it held up kind of like it did. It just looks a little weaker here and less liquid, honestly. If it starts to fall off here, I think some of those puts and some of the like crazy downside puts, those might be cheaper. So I'm going to actually look for maybe some longer term or middle term November, December spreads that we could get on the downside. Those could be good, but I like Apple even on the short term. And then watch Intel as well too. This one has a lot of room down. We've been discussing it. Think about how long we've been talking about when it did run up. If we sold some spreads, we should have got it there at the top. So it's kind of in a weird middle, but watch if it does really sell off. And we have Micron earnings coming up. And then Baidu, this was the play we were in today. And remember, we bought those 95. And if you guys have heard me say Baidu, I think I've been screaming it from the rooftops there, talking. I brought it up almost every day. We bought those for 42 cents. They're trading at $252 right now. Watch that again. I'm waiting till it gets around 96, 90, 95 where it's at. Once it falls through, I'm going to look to sell it and roll over because, again, the minute Baidu kind of cracks, if it doesn't crack through here, it's going to bounce and the premium will get crushed. But when the premium gets high on this, people get worried. That's why those contracts are so expensive. But watch Baidu. I really like that one. And on the reverse but similar side of that, Yang, this thing's going up. And now watch August 1st, August 2nd. Even now watch the UVXY. You can see August 1st, August 2nd. The UVXY is down, but a lot of these indexes are starting to go inverse. And this is like the UVXY of Chinese stocks. So I like them. This one's very illiquid, but sometimes it prices really cheap. So even though it's back here at this level, it's been moving so slow after these big moves. Those option chains might be cheap. So remind me to look at those and watch TLT. TLT again, look at August 2nd. It's already came past that, and TLT is breaking through a critical level. This is now that resistance, which was pretty much support at one point. If it starts breaking above 143, this thing is gone. And again, back to what we were saying with the play. So watch that, and then watch Bank of America. Those credit spreads we got. I don't know if you guys remember. These were the $8 credits to make $50. These are about 30 cents. They clipped it almost right there. but they're about 50 cents away with, I think, another 2 weeks left. But this is what I was saying on both sides, where it has upside to it, but then also, you know, if Bank of America comes down, it's going to repeat something like that. So watch the banks, though, and that's going to give us more insight into everything we see here. And even watch Goldman Sachs too. They do look a little bit different, and you can kind of see how the charts are, but Goldman Sachs is going to even offer some good delta. So see if you can find any cheap options on that. And then move into our final chart here. Watch UVXY. I think this is going to be good. The issue I don't like with it is, like I said, those other spreads we have are expensive. So those came out the grave. Those were expensive. You could get caught up paying a lot. People are worried. So this is where it's going to be hard. If this plays out like February, March of 2018, that was a very, very hard moment to profit off of. I'm telling you. So this is why I think the spreads are going to be useful, and kind of just scaling in and scaling out, getting in something little by little go out on it, maybe sell some premium on it and do your thing. But I'm going to be watching these, but I am going to be very tentative and hesitant until we could really find good premiums to spend. Watch Walmart. They've been doing really good. So again, I brought up some of those stocks doing solid, but you can see they still closed up a full percent today. They're looking strong. If things do start to turn around, this could kind of be one of those gambles on the value stocks that kind of turns around. So I like that. And then watch Netflix and Disney. Again, Netflix is hitting another low. Oh, man, I had another stock on here. It disappeared from the chart I was looking at. But any of these stocks that are really hitting these new lows now, especially coming into these, watch these. Sometimes they may get a little strength, but this is a big move here, and this thing is still flushing out. So premiums are getting really attractive here to both sell. But if this does surprise, there could be good out of the monies. But watch them. Watch Disney. Why my Disney chart's not loading, but watch them. We still have those spreads. I think Disney might hold up a little better than finally beyond. It tested 140. If that breaks below there and we see a bigger sell-off, I mean, I don't see this as holding up as much. Again, if things do get bad, this is going to be the next victim in the whole momentum growth or the momentum space, Shopify, Roku. So we'll see. Maybe you can pray for it. I don't know what you do on that, but we're going to watch those. Hopefully we get some opportunity. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Stay hydrated. Stay healthy. Stay ready to go. And again, be careful of your opinions. Save your energy for what we need, baby. Let's just make the money. Don't get too jumpy and get ready. This is something big. But like I said, I think this is important. I think it's historical. It's going to take time to play out. So even though I'm saying this now, I am excited. It doesn't mean we're going to see anything right off the bat, and we might see something right off the bat. I'm ready and prepared for everything. If you heard that 11 out of 11, it was fire. We got the inclinations here today, and I don't know if I explained that too. This was the announcement of the impeachment, like people were expecting it. Then Trump said he's going to come with the redactment, and then it starts coming down. But this is just showing the effects and people's moving. So again, wait, as long as you guys are there live, you'll be able to see it. If you're going to miss anything, that's why we got the stream alerts. Regardless, baby, you know we love you. So let's go.